Hi, I'm John Levey with Peter Bodo for Tennis.com's Quick Hits. Pete, let's talk Masters Series in Madrid. This is the last year. It's going to be played in the fall. Next year it gets moved to the spring where it's a dual-gender event played on clay. But while it's still in the dog days of fall, what do you expect to see here?
Well, it's funny. You always think of Madrid really as kind of a red clay, a lot of sunshine, a bunch of Spanish players playing from the baseline and stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure this tournament's really going to be missed, to tell you the truth. I think the interesting thing about the fall, though, is that you've got the action is moved indoors, the surfaces are a little bit faster, and it really favors people who are great ball strikers.
Of those great ball strikers, you've got guys like Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer scheduled to be there. Is there anybody else that usually pops up at these events, makes things more interesting?
Well, this time of year, the names that really come boiling up to the top are, Berdych, Thomas Berdych, a guy with a huge serve and a big game, a little bit of a, kind of unfulfilled potential there, but he seems to find his game this time of year. David Nalbandian, this guy, has got a sharp game, he's got a great service return, he's got a fabulous backhand, and these conditions where you're indoors, you don't have a lot of wind, you don't have any ambient problems, they really help him too. Marat Safin has done well at this time of year, and he's been a sort of a mini resurgence on and off this year. So yeah, you're looking at people who who you maybe haven't made the headlines at the big tournaments, really coming and having a heyday here.
It is Spain, it's not clay, but the Spanish players have been playing great this year. They're in the Davis Cup finals. Can you assess their chances of winning their home tournament?
Well, look, the interesting thing is, even though it is indoors, and even though it is in the fall, these guys have a lot of pride. And, there's a real battle for the pecking order and who's going to be on top of that pecking order. Of course, right now, Nadal has got everybody suppressed. He's sitting on everybody else. But you've got the Verdascos, you've got the Almagros, you've got the David Ferrers. All these guys can play, and most of them really are all-court players. The days of, the pure baseliner who's only going to do well on clay, they're long gone. So, the Spanish guys are going to be a force in their presence here.
That's it for Tennis.com's Quick Hits. I'm John Levey with Peter Bodo.